Mark Webber has just said something to Oscar Piastri that could completely change the balance of power inside McLaren. In a season already full of tension, strategy calls, and quiet frustration, Webber's words have hit like a thunderclap, not because they were loud, but because they were brutally honest. After weeks of pressure following the Singapore Grand Prix, Webber finally stepped in with the kind of advice only a man who's lived through Formula One politics could give. His message to Piastri wasn't just about driving, it was about control, composure, and how to win when everything feels stacked against you. For Webber, this is personal. He's seen how internal dynamics can tear a title campaign apart, and he's not about to let his protege fall into the same trap. He told Piastri that what happened in Singapore should be a lesson, not a setback, that true strength isn't measured by how loudly you react, but by how calmly you recover. He reminded him that during his own championship battles, he learned that success isn't just about speed, it's about strategy and mental strength. Sometimes the smartest way to win is to stay focused while everyone else gets distracted. For Piastri, that advice couldn't have come at a better time. With the media spinning stories and fans analyzing every move, Webber's voice has become the calm within the storm. He's teaching Piastri how to block out the noise, let results speak for themselves, and use every ounce of pressure as motivation for the races ahead. Those inside McLaren say Webber's influence has changed the mood in the garage. Piastri, who once had every reason to be frustrated, now walks into meetings with quiet confidence, not demanding fairness, but earning it. Webber's message is simple. In Formula One, nothing is given. You take it one result at a time, and that mindset is now shaping the final stretch of McLaren's season. As Norris continues to close the points gap, Webber's guidance is what's keeping Piastri grounded, reminding him that frustration fades, but composure lasts forever. Because in the end, no strategy call or team order can outweigh the truth written on the timing screen. The paddock is already buzzing about Webber's steady influence, the kind that not only changes a driver, but also strengthens the entire team. And if his words have their intended effect, we could be witnessing the start of a quiet power shift inside McLaren. Mark Webber's role in Oscar Piastri's rise has evolved into one of the most trusted partnerships in Formula One. While headlines focus on the pressure and rivalries, it's Webber who's helping Piastri stay sharp and focused on what really matters: performance. Since Monza, when Piastri had to give up a podium place, Webber has been reminding him that Formula One fairness is rarely simple, and the only true answer is performance. That message has become Piastri's mantra. He no longer argues in public or lets frustration take over. Instead, he takes the hit, resets, and fights back on track where it counts. After Monza came Baku, a weekend that tested Piastri's mental strength. A tough qualifying, a tricky start, and set-up challenges could have broken his rhythm. But Webber told him something simple. Bad weekends are where champions are built. The way you recover from them defines you more than any victory. The result was one of Piastri's most disciplined performances of the year, calm, consistent, and mature. Every lap showed Webber's influence, controlled aggression, clean execution, and total focus. He knows that titles aren't won in dominant weekends. They're secured on the days when everything goes wrong and you still find a way to deliver. Then came Singapore, the spark that reignited the debate about equality inside McLaren. The Turn 3 contact between Norris and Piastri wasn't just a collision of cars, it was a collision of principles. For Piastri, it felt like a betrayal of the team's papaya rules, the very code meant to protect both drivers. But once again, Webber stepped in as the emotional firewall. Instead of letting Piastri vent in front of cameras or turn against the team, he guided him through the fallout quietly. He reminded him that outrage wins sympathy, but composure wins championships. Behind closed doors, he dissected every frame of the footage, with him not to assign blame but to extract lessons: how to position the car differently next time, how to anticipate a rival's mistake, how to react when the team doesn't step in. It's not about confrontation, it's about balance. When he asks questions, they're precise and disarming. Why this call? Why now? What does it mean for both cars? Those questions remind McLaren that Piastri isn't just a young driver anymore. He's a contender with a world champion's mindset and a manager who won't let him be overlooked. As the championship has tightened, so has their bond. Webber and Piastri now operate like a two-man operation within McLaren, reading each race like a chess map. They've mapped out the remaining circuits, identified where McLaren's strengths align with Piastri's driving style, and where the car might favor Norris. Every decision, tire strategy, setup direction, overtaking plan is carefully considered. Webber's advice has been to think 2 races ahead, not just one. He knows from experience how momentum can swing in a title fight, and he's making sure Piastri stays 1 step ahead. Their briefings aren't about emotions or revenge. They're about numbers, precision, and calculated aggression. What makes their partnership so effective is mutual respect. Webber doesn't shield Piastri from hard truths, he challenges him with them. Piastri's radio frustrations after Singapore risk painting him as emotional. Webber didn't sugarcoat it. He told him straight that champions can't afford to sound defeated, even when they're right. That kind of honesty is rare in Formula One, and it's exactly what keeps Piastri grounded. Under Webber's mentorship, he's learned to turn irritation into intensity and to use every perceived slight as motivation. He no longer races to prove a point to McLaren, he races to prove one to himself. The rumors about a future Ferrari move, the constant talk of McLaren's internal bias, the comparisons with Norris-Webber has helped Piastri see them as distractions, not deterrents. He's reminded him that every great driver has faced similar storms, and that what defines a champion is not the absence of chaos, but the ability to thrive within it. Every time Piastri climbs into the cockpit now, he carries not just his own hunger, but the accumulated wisdom of Webber's entire career. They've built something that feels less like a driver-manager relationship and more like a partnership forged in battle. The transformation is visible. Piastri now walks through the paddock with a composure that belies his age. He's no longer the quiet rookie deferring to the team, he's the calm force leading McLaren's charge, backed by a mentor who knows exactly how fragile success can be. Webber's guidance has turned volatility into clarity, doubt into direction. And while the spotlight might still shine brighter on Norris for now, those who understand the deeper dynamics inside Woking know that Piastri is the one quietly shaping his destiny. With Webber's steady hand guiding him every step of the way, as the championship reaches its final act, Webber's influence might prove to be McLaren's most decisive advantage, not through team orders or strategy tweaks, but through mindset. Because in a battle this close, where politics and pressure collide at every corner, it won't be the louder driver who prevails. It'll be the one who stays calm, precise, and relentless. Under Mark Webber's watchful eye, that driver might just be Oscar Piastri.